What up all? Notseen Ninja here with my review of the now 2-year-old DJI Phantom 3 Professional. If you turn around you can see it flying around. I'm just going to talk while flying because why not? As I said, I've had this thing for about 2 years now, just under 2 years. And never had a single problem. It's not my first drone, or quadcopter, or whatever words you want to use to describe it. But it is definitely the best one that I've had. The GPS has never failed me with the GLONASS system. Right now I have 19 satellites, and as you can see, it's a very cloudy day. I've never had a problem with the propellers. I've never had a problem with the camera. I've never had a problem with failure. This thing is rock solid, and I haven't crashed it, but I've definitely bounced it off of a few things, trees and whatnot. It's been very reliable, very steady. Compared to other drones that I've owned, this is the drone to own. It's very fast. Right now we're flying in, it's about -6 right now with a feel of -11. Winds are about 20 kilometers per hour, gusting to about 35, and she's perfectly stable. I haven't tried the newest one, which is the 4, or the Mavic Pro, is also out. As I said, I've had this one for almost 2 years now, and there's not a scratch on her. And I've flown her professionally, I've flown her for commercial shoots, that type of stuff. I've flown her recreationally, just going to random parks, giving it a fly, and never had a problem at all. It's very responsive. I have flown the 3DR, the 3D robotics, and I found this just responds a lot faster, a little bit less delay. The only problem, I'll talk about problems now. Problems that I have sometimes are once I get to about 1 kilometer out, I start to get a very grainy signal on the phone. Also, if I'm using a shitty USB cable, which apparently I am now, I don't know how well this could be seen, but the picture's it's not good. It's not pretty. So you do need a good quality USB cable, otherwise it just does not work out well. But the recordings I found to be very good. The 4K, it is 4K. You do get a little bit of the fisheye effect, not too much. But even if you look at this, I'll bring it to the other side. So even in this wind, you can see the drone is rocking back and forth, but the camera, the lens itself is actually staying pretty damn stable. It would be nice to be able to swap cameras. I could swap with their cameras. I could go to the non-4K version, and that's about it. There aren't really many other options, unfortunately. But that's to be expected, I guess, with this type of thing. With the 4, it's even less, because the gimbal itself is built into the drone itself, which means you really can't. But I've had no problem in any temperature, in any condition. I've flown it, even though I shouldn't have, I've flown it with some rain and that type of stuff. It's been fine. I've flown it in snow. I'll link to some videos down below. It's just a very reliable drone. There's a lot of different add-ons that you could do. Not a lot, but you can add different props, you could add different landing gear, you can add different lenses. The lenses are swappable. Right now it's a UV lens on there, but I have the whole series of ND filters, all that type of stuff. it's just fun to come out to a park and fly this thing. I wouldn't recommend this to younger kids. Obviously, this thing is powerful, this thing is fast, and these are basically knives spinning. So I would not recommend getting a drone like this for a kid. For that, I would recommend something more like the Syma, the X5C, that kind of thing. This is definitely more of a professional thing, more dangerous thing. The Syma I was able to fly into my TV while I was learning to fly drones, and it handled that. It didn't do any damage. This will cause damage. If you do a search on YouTube for drone fails, you will see lots of damage caused by these things because it is spinning knives. But all around, I would definitely recommend this drone. It's now cheaper just because the newer models are out. Batteries are getting cheaper too. You can find third-party batteries. I don't have any third-party batteries, so I can't comment on that. Would I trust them in something like this? For the savings, you're talking about the difference of about $60, $70. That does make a huge difference to some people, so just if you are flying with third-party batteries, be careful. But otherwise, this thing is quite reliable. I've never had it fail. Again, the real only problems that I've had are when I'm going out a kilometer and a half, I'll start to lose signal, which is a very scary moment, of course. But otherwise, I would definitely recommend this particular drone. Again, I have no experience with the 4. I have no experience with the Mavic. The Mavic will probably be my next one because it is portable. A big issue with this is that it is not portable. You do need the landing gear does not easily move. The gimbal, of course, doesn't easily move, which means if you're traveling with this, it will take up half your luggage. If you're just going camping with it or just going to the park, it will take up a whole backpack. And the backpack does need to be the full 8 or 9 inches, whatever that is. Saving grace, the props come off and easily go back on, but that only gives you so much. Versus the Mavic Pro, which is completely foldable, which means we're talking about inches instead of almost a foot of storage space. Battery, I get about 22 minutes of battery life. I've had these batteries now for all the 2 years, and they still go strong. The battery in the controller also haven't had a single problem with it. The props, these are the second set of props I have on there. I bought a whole crap load when I got the drone, of course, because I'm an accessory guy. I've only actually broken one prop, and that was because of me trying to land on a stump, a tree stump. I did it successfully a couple times, and then my third time I came down, fell off slightly, and cracked a prop. That's the only prop I've actually broken. Sometimes you end up with a lot of blood on these props because they are chopping up bugs as it flies. I've never had problems with birds. I've never had problems with anything else. She's just a reliable drone. Responds amazingly, and I'm wearing gloves and it's freezing cold, my hands are cold, so I'm less responsive, but it is still just as responsive as it should be. So once again, my recommendation on this guy, it's dropping in price because the new ones are out, and yeah, you should give this a try. If you've never flown a drone before, I suggest something much smaller. This is definitely a lot more powerful. You shouldn't practice on something like this just because it is an expensive thing and it is powerful. But once you have knowledge of the way the controllers work, all that type of stuff, this is where I'd recommend going. because I have experience with this, I can't tell you if you should get one of the other ones, but this is definitely one of the best ones on the market. Even though it is 2 years old and it's been replaced by a better model, I wouldn't necessarily say the new model is better, it's just newer. For price saving, this is where you should be going. And yeah, DJI Phantom 3 Professional. Check out some of the videos I shot down below. They're on my other YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel. You'll find them there, and some of them are quite spectacular. It's good.